Alright, so here's my toolbox. I got all my sockets down in there. The thing that I've hated about this setup for a long time is you really have to get right over it and look straight down in to really see what's in there, especially if you got sockets covering them up, you know, and you usually have to get all the way up over it. So, I mean, this system's worked for me for a while, but like this here, it's hard to see the actual things because all the dust and stuff and laying flat. So I've ordered some new socket trays to go on the top here, so trying to get this thing more organized, and I don't have to go and look and search and have to pull out and twist around and find the actual size of all these sockets that I don't have labeled, because I just printed these labels up, just glued them down in there just so I'd have some sort of system. But a lot of them have been popping off. And back here, that one should have went over there. But yeah, it's just basically I just had some printing paper and just printed out some labels. You can get these labels from any decent hardware store, but it just never really worked out for me like I really wanted it to. I've always been searching for sockets and stuff, even with these things on there. It just takes me a little bit longer than just reaching and just pulling one out. So I got the new socket trays in. I'm going to go ahead and switch it out. So I want to just show you a before, and then we'll show you the after once I get it all set up the way I like. Got the trays in, got all my sockets that I had in here. There was a few duplicates, so I left them out, and I'm missing quite a few. That's the good thing about these, you can actually see what sockets you're actually missing. So I need to go and I need to find all these sockets. I probably had more, and I probably just left them around the building. I'll have to go gather them up, but at least now you'll kind of know. I'm thinking about going through and just painting these top of these little pegs white, so I know which ones I don't have, and then when I get them I can flick off the paint and you know we actually have those. Because right now if I took this socket out of here, I just think that that one was just one I didn't have. But if I paint the ones that I don't have right now white, you can kind of tell and keep up, and then you can go buy sockets or find sockets at a an old used store or something, used tool store, or you can go to the flea markets and stuff and pick up some tools from those people. But yeah, I think I'll like it. At least I have some sort of system to go by instead of something like this. I had to look all the way down and then the numbers are falling off. I couldn't tell. You might want to get an extra, either one of those cheap flat metal trays and put it to a board or something, or do something like this here. These are just pencils that I've cut down. I got like 2 pegs per pencil and shoved them through a hole that I drilled and glued them in. But this way you can save or put on some of the ones, because these rails don't have all the sockets listed. So if you did something like this as well, you could slip a few extras that these rails don't have. Socket trays. Alright, so that's how I got mine set up. I'll show you my other toolbox I've got as well. This one's the main, and I've got a secondary one that basically is kind of a roll around, and I actually use that one, seems like a little bit more than this one. I'll go show you that one now and compare these socket trays with the other ones I've got. So here's my other socket trays. I've kind of already went through this toolbox. I kind of had the same thing as over there, except in here I just had a big 3/4 inch board with some nails driven down in it. I just slipped my sockets down over it, and I just kind of took a magic marker. It was really on the cheap side. So I really needed something for this box, especially since I use it more. I can roll this one around the shop and go places with it because it's a little bit smaller than the other toolbox. And these are the other trays I was talking about. They actually have the numbers on the peg itself, which these are a little bit more expensive than the other ones, but I like them better because it's individually marked. It doesn't have a big sectional piece coming up in between it, but it does the same job. My preference would be for these, except they are more expensive. I think the ones over there in that toolbox I paid somewhere between $26 to almost $30 for, and these I paid somewhere between $28 to $36, somewhere in there for. But if I was buying some more, I'd think about going with these, unless I could find those really, really cheap, like 20 bucks or something. I'll have these listed in the description below if you're interested. I bought both of these from eBay. It was about a week or so to get them. Also, if you're interested in a ratchet flex head ratchet set, these I got off eBay as well. And So far, I've had them for probably about a month and a half now, and I haven't used them a lot, but the ones that I have, like the 10 millimeter and the half, I've really enjoyed those. They come in really handy. And technically I don't have a half. Let me see what I'd use. I think I've used the 10 a lot, and the 8 millimeter here, just because the 8 millimeters mostly for batteries, and the 10 just seems like almost all modern cars nowadays have 10 millimeter bolts holding everything on onto the hood. So I use the 10 a lot, and so it's a little bit more worn in than the rest of them. But yeah, it's a really good set. I think I paid about $38. I think I got a special little deal that was didn't last too long, but I think they're normally priced somewhere between $43 to $50, somewhere in there. But like I said, it's a really good set. I think it goes all the way from 8 till 19, and it's a 12-piece set. So yeah, if you're interested, I'll try to drop a link in the description below as well. If not, just head over to my channel. I've got a whole review on these if you're interested. Alright? Well, please like, share, and subscribe.